The Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup is back. Learn how you can help your team fill the cup at ChevroletGoodDeedsCup.ca.
I regret it immediately.
I take my note back.
Sorry. Welcome back to BT. 5 wide on the couch. Artificial intelligence. It's like a snowball now going down the hill, okay? And it's going very quickly. And yesterday there was a new chapter in this that has already made everyone go, whoa, in a series of chapters that have already made people say, whoa. So OpenAI, they're at the tip of the spear of artificial intelligence. Yesterday, they put out a program called Sora where you can just dictate quickly into this app and it will create this scene for you. This scene you're seeing is not real. It never happened. Somebody in the Sora program just basically said, give me 60 seconds of a couple walking through Tokyo in a beautiful setting. And the program created this, I mean, not out of thin air because they draw on a lot of data, but you know what I'm saying. This never happened. So yesterday, OpenAI came out with a lot of examples. I'm going to show you one more. And this is the exact thing that was said to get the following scene. I'm just going to read the example. The camera directly faces colorful buildings in Burano, Italy. An adorable Dalmatian looks through a window on a building on the ground floor. Many people are walking and cycling along the canal streets in front of the buildings. So that's all you have to say to create this.
Wow.
Now, again, the videos are only right now 60 seconds long. Give it 6 months and that'll change considering how fast the technology is going. But again, these were just two of numerous examples that OpenAI put out yesterday. As you might expect, it's drawing a lot of reaction. Devo, I'm going to go to you first. I've been consistent on this from the word go. This is awful. This is absolutely awful. I know the medical community thinks they can get some good things out of it. Maybe it helps our traffic situation. Stuff like this freaks me out immediately. What's your take?
Technology, when used appropriately, is incredible. We've seen that through the years, through what we have now. Yes, that is a little bit scary, and it can be scary. Change is always going to be scary. I am open to AI, get it? But I get nervous. Look, there's a video of you and I doing an interview with somebody saying words that we've never said. And when I saw that...
Or getting into arguments with people I've never met before.
Right? And when I saw that, that freaked me out because I'm like, now you're taking my face and my image and putting out messages that I've never done. And when I say I mean all of us, anybody, you watching at home. That part scares me. So when used inappropriately and in the wrong hands, this freaks me out a little bit, for sure.
And I'm thinking, even if it's used appropriately, like just to create a scene, the first thing I think of is job loss. Because we have incredibly talented animators and filmmakers who spend so much time and put so much effort into creating a scene like what we saw there, look, all you have to do is speak
These
into
are other
your
examples
device.
that OpenAI put out yesterday.
Yeah, speak into your device, and there you go. So I think of that right away, and the loss of having something like genuinely created from like the human brain.
Mayor?
Yeah, I mean, I go immediately to what you were saying, Tam. I think that the legislation of it all, if you're a filmmaker or, even before when it was coming out, as the writers were taking note, then the music industry got on board. I mean, that legislation has to come from somewhere because the protection of our workforce, of our creativity, that needs to come into play with this in order for it to be balanced out with the good. I mean, we've just have to have that caught up. And even from the beginning, people who were involved in the creation of AI were saying, look, this is getting ahead of us. And so that's why I'm happy to hear that it was the governor of New York? Or
Governor Kathy Hochul, I believe, of New York yesterday, is one of the first predominant government officials I've heard of who actually said we need to start to regulate this immediately and have criminal charges on the books for people and bad actors. Sorry to use that phrase constantly, but it works out. Should they decide to do whatever human beings would do with this. Frank, I mean, look, it's cool if I could just say, a woman walking through the streets of downtown Tokyo or whatever that was, or a shot of the Amalfi Coast. Cool, that's fine for now. Those are the real innocent uses of this. But, I mean, the mind wanders pretty quickly.
It does. AI is not going to go away. So I made a conscious effort for this year to learn about it. So I've actually taken already a couple courses on it. It's not going to go away. There are some beautiful applications that you can do. Say, for instance, architectural design. So you're designing a community and you want to see how people will walk through space, and you can create that. And then visually, even when you've done your own home, when you think about an interior design, it'd be great if you could see that space. Well, now AI has the ability to allow you to visualize that. So if used in the appropriate way, it can be something that can save money, can actually allow people to see a concept like, what will Ontario Place look like? Well, AI could actually physically create that, where you could even put on, or you could walk through the metaverse as well. So it's very scary, as new technology always is. Will humans abuse it? Absolutely so. Do we have to regulate it and be cautious? Yes. But if used in the right way, it can save us a lot and actually show us a new world to be innovative. You know, like when the car came around, people were against it. And there are some problems with the car, but it's changed society. Society's changing. So you got to learn about it. You got to figure it out. You can't ignore it.
You got to adapt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But how do you
Jobs
adapt
is
to
the biggest thing.
rampant false information about individuals or political parties being thrown around?
That's
Well, that's where the legislation has to catch up.
You would
They have-
hope.
they have to.
Legislation.
You would
Yeah. We
hope.
have people saying, you know, freedom of speech. We have people out there with propaganda. Propaganda has existed since the beginning.
True.
But
But
now
the ability to spread it
the ability
has
to
changed.
spread it
Yeah.
and the ability to do it in real time and to scrub. All AI does is scrub the internet, and the amount of misinformation it can create, because it could grab propaganda to make articles, and those could be totally wrong.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we're coming into big election years
Yeah.
for both our country and
And for the
to
U.S.
States.
Yeah, and education as well, so that people know how to detect
For sure.
when something is a little off, and know that, hey, this looks AI generated. Actually,
It almost should have a tag say AI generated.
Yeah.
Anything that's generated by AI.
There are talks of certain social media platforms doing that.
Yeah.
We'll see if they follow through. All right. So aside from that, nothing's going on in the world of artificial intelligence. We're going to take a break. You know what? Positivity. Long weekend. Except for Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador. But long weekend for the rest of us. How are you enjoying it? How are you planning on enjoying it? Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. More BT coming up.